Morning or afternoon if you're not in the United States. Welcome to another edition of Monday Morning Breathwork. I hope everybody's doing well, and I'm very excited to share with you my practice this morning. And I'm just now noticing I am super branded out. This was not on purpose. um, I see that I have the logo here and there. That was not intentional, everybody. I'm gonna just hold my hand right here. No, I this is just the shirt that I chose to put on this morning. It was not not super intentional. I hope everybody's doing well. We are about 2 minutes away from start time, so if you haven't already, go ahead and start to find a quiet space for you to do this breathwork session with me this morning. Um, we do this lying down on the ground, and oftentimes we do it with a pillow under our knees and a blanket nearby. So if you don't have those things, go ahead and round them up now, and we'll begin in just a couple of minutes. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I myself am having a good time with some family that's actually visiting me in Minnesota. And there's a chance, I am outside, there's a chance that you can hear some of the bird song and ducks and maybe even some waves nearby. I'm on a lake, one of the many in Minnesota, actually. Again, visiting with some family. So that might be the nice backdrop to this morning's breathwork session. We're just about a minute away from start time. For those of you trickling in, thank you for joining. I'm so excited to have you here. And I am honestly so grateful for the opportunity you've given me to share my breathwork practice with you and some of the very fun and interesting and impactful things we do at Recal. Okay. Well, it is 7:15 Eastern, 6:15 Central Time. So we'll go ahead and kick it off. And also for those of you watching on a recorded version of this, welcome as well. So thank you. Thank you for joining. And I am so thankful for, um, again, giving me the chance to share this practice with you. So for those of you that don't know me or know me that well, at least, I'm Anthony Larubio. I'm not sure if you could hear the loon calls there. Again, I am currently on a lake in northern Minnesota, visiting with some family, and so there may be some waves or some bird song nearby. That was a loon. It'd be kind of cool if my headphones microphone picked that up. I am the founder of Recal, as you can tell by the two places that um, that we have branded this video. Um, Hopefully, it's not too much. I'm a breathwork coach and a certified Wim Hof method instructor. I'm also an Oxygen Advantage instructor in training as well, which is another modality of breathwork. And and I'm excited to lead you through the session. A few housekeeping items. If you'd like to receive these sessions or other breathwork training information from me and from Recal, please feel free to drop your email either in the chat window or in a direct message to me. I welcome all of that and happy to share all of the useful info that we've got for you. Um, and then there's also two recommendations before we started. We do this breathwork lying down on the ground in typically, if you can, a quiet place. And I recommend a blanket potentially to go over your body. Sometimes your temperature does change. subtly while doing the breath work, and it's nice to have a blanket. It's also nice to have a pillow underneath your knees. This provides some nice natural alignment between your pelvis and your hips and your diaphragm for all of your breathing muscles. Um, so sometimes that's helpful. The plan that we have for this morning's class, we're going to do a couple of things. The first one is going to be a visualization meditation, which we'll get into. And then the second thing we're going to do is 3 rounds of Wim Hof method style breathing. For those of you unfamiliar with Wim Hof method style breathing, it consists of basically 3 different parts. The first part is very deep breaths, 30 to 40 of them, as deep as you can. You can do these through your nose or your mouth. If you're just starting out, I would likely recommend doing them through your nose and maybe out your mouth. That's probably a nice flow. Um, and after 30 to 40 of these deep breaths, the second part of 3 parts of what the Wim Hof method breathing is a hold after the exhale. So after we're done with 30 to 40 breaths, I'll kind of count us down: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll hold after the exhale. Holding after the exhale. And I'll count us down. I'll guide you through that hold. Um, don't worry too much about the time. Typically at this point in the breathing, you may have some tingling sensations in the hands or in the feet, or some muscle tightness potentially up in your head or your neck or your mouth. That's okay. That's totally normal. You can either slow down your breath if that feels uncomfortable to you. You're always in control. Or you can breathe through that. And the third part of the Wim Hof method breathing, after you've held your breath after the exhale for a long period of time, I'll then invite you to take a deep recovery breath, breathing in again and holding on that inhale. And we'll hold for about 15 seconds, and then you'll let that go. And then we'll begin another round, or if it's the third round already, we'll go ahead and just drop into a nice quieting meditation at the end. So that's the plan, and that is what Wim Hof method breathing is. This type of breath work, though, just a couple of warnings. If you're pregnant, do not do this style of breath work. And if you're epileptic, do not do this style of breath work. I'm happy to work with you on something that might be better for you. And like I mentioned, there may be some tingling sensations and lightheadedness. That's okay. Truly, that is okay. You go as you feel comfortable. Okay, I believe that that's it. Hopefully by now you've found that space that you're going to lie down. You've got that blanket nearby, maybe that pillow underneath your knees. Again, on the back side of your knees while lying down, a pillow underneath there creates the alignment that we're looking for all of the functions of breathing. And we will go ahead and begin the first portion of our class. I'd like you to begin by just feeling the ground beneath you. What we're doing now is a visualization style meditation. And so we're beginning by just simply feeling the point of contact of your body on the ground beneath you. Feel the weight of your body against those points of contact and settle in. Begin to notice the breath coming in through your nose and going out through your nose. Noticing the breath. And here we'll set an intention. How do you want to be during this exercise? You've given yourself the gift of time and space for you in this moment. How do you want to be? Now, still noticing the breath coming in and out of your nose, pulling a bit of inspiration from the Recal Quiet series trips. I invite you to visualize a moment in your life when you felt the quietest. Visualize a moment in your life when you felt the quietest. That does not mean that you necessarily were in a silent place. Maybe you simply had peace of mind in a moment, or felt totally present, or maybe you were doing something and the world just seemed to slow down around you. Again, when have you felt this deep sense of quiet? So now that you have this moment in your life in mind, let's tap into the sensory experience that it was. What did it feel like? Recalling this memory, what did it feel like? What did it sound like? Again, maybe it was not truly externally quiet, but to you, what did the quiet moment sound like? Or what could you see in your field of vision at that time? What were some of the things that you were looking at? Maybe it was colors or movement or various forms of lighting, sunset, sunrise, sunlight, darkness. What could you see in your field of vision at that time? And now anything else, any other of your senses. Take in the sensory experience, recalling this quiet moment of your life. Great. All right. Now that we've settled in, we've set an intention, and we've also recalled a memory of a time in our life where we felt the quietest. We'll go ahead and begin our 3 rounds of Wim Hof breathing. And again, all you're doing here is taking deep breaths, sending the air deep into our belly and up into our chest, and then letting it go. A nice rhythm to the breath beginning now. Breathing deep, letting it go. Breathing deep, letting it go. Deeply in, letting it go. Filling our lungs and letting it go. Again, you can breathe through your nose or through your mouth, whatever you feel comfortable with. What you're focusing on here is pulling the air into our lungs, filling them up, and then letting the air go. At your own pace. Keep on breathing. By now, maybe you are feeling some of the tingling sensations, or even some lightheadedness or muscle tightness All of those are normal, and that's okay. Focusing on the breath coming into our lungs and going out, in and out. Deep breaths, filling up our lungs and letting the air go. Keep going. About 10 more breaths. 5 more breaths. 4 more breaths. 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath all the way in and let it go. One last breath with me, breathing in all the way, and let it go. And holding our breath after the exhale, coming into the quiet space of this breath hold. Just ask yourself this question: what do you feel in this moment in your body? And as you identify what you feel and where in your body, maybe you can relax into that space just a little bit more, finding the place in your body where there's sensations and focusing on relaxing there. And we're holding for just a bit longer if you can. And in 3, 2, 1, take a deep recovery breath all the way in, filling up your lungs, holding that breath, asking ourselves again, what do you feel in your body in this moment after you breathe the recovery breath in? And in 3, 2, 1, let that go. And we'll begin our second round of Wim Hof breathing now. Starting out slowly, breathing deeply into our lungs, filling them up, and then let it go. Deeply into our lungs, filling it up and letting it go. Breathing deeply and relaxing the air out. Keep going. Focusing on the air coming in and the air going out. You're doing great. little over halfway through. Keep breathing. Pulling the air in with every breath with that intention, and letting the air go out of our lungs with relaxation. Keep going. 10 more breaths here. Keep going. And we've got 5 more breaths. 4 more breaths. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. And now I invite you to take a deep breath all the way in and letting it go. 1 more breath with me all the way in. Filling up, and let it go. And hold on the exhale, relaxing into the space, relaxing into your body, and clearing your mind of any thought. Finding the quiet space of your mind. If any thoughts do come up, bring your attention to that thought. Thank yourself for noticing, and let the thought go right on by. And maybe as you let that thought go on by, bring your attention to the subtle rhythm of your heartbeat. Holding our breath for just a little bit longer if you can. And in 3, 2, 1, take a deep breath all the way in, filling up your lungs. Breathe it in, and hold. Noticing again how you feel in this hold. And in 3, 2, 1, let that go. And as you let it go, just relax into the ground beneath you. And we'll begin our third and final round of Wim Hof breathing now. Breathing deeply, slowly into our lungs and fully, and let it go. Breathing deeply and let it go. Deeply in and let it go. Keep going at your own pace. noticing the breath coming in and noticing the breath going out. Maybe noticing that quiet pause that happens inherently when you're breathing in and when you're letting it go. Even though we focus on this circular breath and connecting the inhale with the exhale, there's still that moment during that transition where you're breathing in and out. That momentary transition. Noticing that part of your breathing rhythm. Keep going. You're almost there. Breathing through any of those sensations that you have this morning. This is our last round. Breathe as deep and as fast as you feel comfortable. Just a few more breaths here. Keep going. You're doing great. 5 more breaths. 4 more breaths. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. 1 more on your own. And now with me, take a deep breath all the way in and let it go. Last one with me all the way in. Filling up, filling up, filling up. And let it go. And hold. In the stillness of this breath hold, let's come back to that moment in your life that you felt the deepest sense of quiet. Go there now. What did you feel? What did you feel in this quiet moment of your life? What could you hear? And what were some of the things you could smell? And lastly, what were the things that you could see in your field of vision at this quiet moment of your life? If you can still hold your breath with me here just a bit longer, relaxing into that urge to breathe. And in 3, 2, 1, take a deep breath all the way in, filling up your lungs, filling up, and hold. Give yourself a gentle squeeze. Maybe that squeeze is in your legs or your chest. focusing on that gentle squeeze. And in 3, 2, 1, relax the air out. And after relaxing the air out, relaxing into your body and the ground beneath you and the quiet of this moment. Letting your breath come back to its normal pace. Notice how you feel. Maybe you feel a little bit different than you felt when we started this. Just noticing that, noticing any of the sensations. Grounding down through the quiet of this moment. And as you start to bring some awareness into your body, be grateful that you gave yourself this time. You granted yourself permission to do something for you this morning. That is a gift. Show some self-love and gratitude for that. And maybe now continue to bring awareness to the space around you, giving yourself a little wiggle of the hands and the fingers, and working your way down to your toes and your feet, moving them gently, waking them back up. And take a deep breath all the way in. Letting it go. Coming back. Maybe you can bring your hands up above your head. Give yourself a big stretch. Maybe a yawn, like I just did. It's early for me too. I'm getting ready for the day as well. Give yourself a smile. If you haven't already, maybe you can open your eyes now and start to come all the way back. And I just want to show my gratitude to you as well for showing up, for allowing me to share my practice with you and coach you through this breathwork session. I'm so grateful for you, truly. You mean a lot to me. in my own growth and experience. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope this was energizing and intention setting and eye opening and meditative and all the things. And I will see you in just 1 week. Thanks so much, everybody, with love and gratitude. Bye.